Anyway, parasocialist update. Even though I literally fucking blasted off already. So shouts out to Bomb Left for that one. This is a good blast off meme. What is it? Maybe drama. Well, the only drama is like something I want to address that has been on my mind for a while, but it's like the Goo Goo Gaga style content that these motherfuckers make. But then also on top of that, like the kick shit is so frustrating. It's just so incredibly frustrating. I see it every fucking day. I try to avoid it. I try to not look in that direction. And it's just like so incredibly gross all the time. So, like, I don't know how the hell they were able to come into the fucking fold and, like, somehow be worse than Rumble. You know what I mean? Like, Rumble is, like, openly right wing, whatever, right? But a lot of the stuff that happens on Kick would not be acceptable on Rumble. It's like it's another one of those, like, I hate to say I told you so, because like while I love being right all the fucking time, okay? And I love being annoying and smarmy about it. Every single time I'm right about a particular thing, it's always just like the absolute worst thing that could have fucking happened. Kick is 4chan with the streaming feature. Yes, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Rumble is worse. I don't know if Rumble's worse, dog. Like, Rumble is just like right wing. You know what I mean? Kick is just fucking disgusting. It's like apolitical. I mean, it's right wing as fuck, obviously. Like, a lot of transphobia, a lot of homophobia, a lot of death threats, whatever, all this shit, right? But like, on top of that, at least on Rumble, you just got like dudes in their trailers fucking talking about how they're gonna execute the president, right? On Kick, it's like people going out to countries, okay, developing nations, and just like being ruthlessly brutal to every single fucking person there, and filming the entire process, getting arrested, and then fucking getting out of, posting bail, getting out of that country, going to another country, doing the same thing over and over again, like rinse and repeat. Now, a lot of you are probably unfamiliar with this because I have regularly avoided talking about it because I think it's so gross that it's like, I don't want to even pay attention to it. But it's now gotten to a point where like it's quite literally, you know, impossible not to talk about it. And yeah, it's like you have to do illegal shit. Like, originally when the platform first started, it was like, you know, they were like, every single person that got the bag from the platform, they were like, fuck Hasan, fuck Pokimane, whatever. You know what I mean? I would much prefer going back to that instead of just like whatever the fuck they're doing now. Like, the fuck Hasan clause was like, at least, you know, it sucked, but I'd rather have him do that than like basically do lighter forms of stochastic terrorism on the ground everywhere. Maybe everybody should do what you do, but if everybody did that, then what would everybody react to? That's kind of funny you're saying that. It's one dude. Yeah, no, that's funny that you mentioned that because like well, one, I don't simply just do that, but two, is that the only alternative? Is that just like reacting to other people, like friends' YouTube videos and offering commentary, and then also being a fucking sex pest? Like, is there nothing in between there? Because I feel like streaming is a broad spectrum of content. You have people who play video games. You have people who do like really cool creative stuff. You got like you got dudes that are like live producing. You got Ari at home. You got all of these other people that like, you know, do music in real time. You have Germa. You have cooking streams. You have celebrities that like join the streaming culture, like T-Pain. You have Extra Emily. She does great IRL stuff. Sushi Dragon is what I was talking about. Chess streamers, wood carving streamers. Like, there is so much. There's the Alvia Sanctuary. There's so much. This space is so vast, and there's a lot of fucking talented people here. Obviously, not every single one of them gets the attention that they deserve. However, having said that, okay, like, streaming is not just reacting to videos or being a fucking psychotic sex pest and doing terrorism. Okay? Like, The idea that if you don't pay attention to it and it goes nowhere is actually, you want to know why? That's actually not the case. Because I didn't pay attention to it for fucking months. I personally did not look in that direction. I personally did not talk about it. And it didn't go away. If anything, it's just like grown in popularity. The recent vid from Buck was removed because it doesn't remove the critique people have. But it doesn't remove the critique people have with the platform. Kick constantly having to do the work continuously growing. Thank you for your feedback, both positive and negative. And one of the co-owners in some of these creators' chats cheering on the behavior is disgusting. Yeah, the fucking dude, like, who owns Stake, who was one of the co-owners of Kick, was literally in the chat as, like I said in this tweet as well, he was, like, in the chat spamming Keg W's as these dudes, like, found a fan, okay, on the street, brought him into a house, hired an escort for them, were fucking filming, okay? Apparently, they did tell the sex worker that they were filming. They were filming the entire situation, but she, turns out, did not know that there was, like, other dudes there. And, of course, while this entire thing is happening, is, like, chat's, like, spamming fucking every slur on the planet. Don't forget that Eddie gifted 50 subs to a sexual predator, Harrison Henry Newland, Cool Slick Live, who was detained in Nepal for harassing underage girls and selling the sexual contents of girls he had filmed with a hidden camera in Thailand. Like there's so much, this is like a constant thing. They said filming, not streaming, big difference. Yeah, they were like, oh, we're just filming, whatever. They were streaming. And of course, like, this is a very, like, doxing and swatting focused community. There's also the other reason why I don't talk about it, okay? But they found the sex worker's phone number and, like, informed her that there was, like, people in the house that she was unaware of. And also on top of that, they were trying to get her to not leave. And I just don't understand. Even removed from this current situation, it's clear that this kind of culture Kick is cultivated. It's not only immoral, but also bad content on top of that. Yeah, it's just so wild. Like, it's so fucking wild, dude. Then what happened? Well, then they also swatted them. Okay? They swatted the fucking dudes. They got arrested. And then they, of course, immediately got out of it. See, like, this is what I mean. I watched it live. Nothing wrong happened. Robot Andy held the door for 2 seconds to ask for money back. Then she refused it and was let go. Oh, sick, man. No, that's fine then. Never mind. It's like, it's nuts how every single fucking day there is just, like, something horrifically illegal happening on a regular basis. Okay? Like, turning into fucking live leak. And it's just, it's streamlined lolcow 4chan content. That's it. So, great stuff. Honestly, fucking awesome stuff. And then there's the other fucking dude, Johnny Somali, who's been wreaking havoc, like, straight up on Japan, like, and other countries. And it's just, like, doesn't seem, it's just wild because it doesn't feel like there's any way to stop it, kind of. So I don't know. Japan might be banning live streaming in public soon, bringing in legislation. Yeah, this dude was such a fucking menace. I feel like they're gonna do that. This dude was such a menace. He got arrested. And now I feel like, he got knocked out. He is, like, I've been following the saga, but it's insane to me that, like, that he has been such an aggressive fucking menace overall across the board in the entire island that they might legitimately change the laws due to his behavior. Now, I mean, he will definitely be 23 days of, like, involuntary holding for sure. Yeah, he was on Japanese national news. Yes. Here it is. The chief of cabinet announced new policy which may turn into law restrictions on IRL streaming following American streamer Johnny Somali's arrest in Japan. Imagine being such a nuisance you force a country to create new laws while hopefully Western sexpats get curtailed with this law. Chief Cabinet Secretary Matsuno criticizes annoying YouTubers. They should refrain from violating privacy and causing a nuisance. Johnny Somali was arrested a few days ago for breaking into a construction site and harassing construction workers. However, he has been a nuisance in general for weeks in Japan, showing anti-Asian racism in public and harassing women. Yeah, like, he first popped off. There's another one. It's not even just him. Like, there was another guy, if you remember, on the fucking subway who was just, like, yelling at Japanese people and, like, taking advantage of the fact that they won't say something. You know what I mean? They won't say something back. And it also reflects badly on the content creators there, e.g. Connor, Rob, yeah, exactly, the Trash Taste Boys. Yeah, it's so fucking lame, dude. I don't know. It's not just like I don't know how to cover this because I feel like a lot of young people online, they want like edge, right? They want edge in their content. And there's certainly an edge you can get. Okay? There's certainly an edge you can have. The problem is that these guys who can't make creative stuff turn around and just, you know, push the boundaries of like unacceptable behavior because they know online there is a market for that, where you treat human beings in the real world, in the physical space, like they're NPCs. Like that in and of itself is certainly seen, especially by like agoraphobic freaks who never fucking go outside and like have a very horrible view on the world. And there is definitely a lot of people out there who are like this. There's a big market for someone who will behave like a psychopath in public. You know? I think it was Charlie, but another video showed some freak harassing someone, challenging him to fight tomorrow, then ran away, and the guy said, "Not right now." And he had just a pathetic existential crisis. It went from his chat and TTS spamming Hiroshima and Nagasaki all over to Johnny literally saying Japan deserved to be nuked to Japanese people in public. Yeah, exactly. Mizzy, the TikToker who broke into someone's home and stole a woman's dog, is the same. Yeah, there's the prank menace. There's the pranking menace too. The other version of this is like the dude who like kept breaking into people's houses. Not breaking into people's houses, but like, you know, trespassing into people's houses as a prank. He's like super fucking young. And not only that, but he's doing it in England. So like, I feel like they put a control on that situation. Whereas the other dude, hey, I'm Tall Bart. Sorry about the block. It was my shitty blue check blocker. No, it's totally valid, Tall Bart, to use the blue check blocker. That's what a lot of people were thinking that you did. Your last video was great, by the way. Yeah, this kind of stuff used to be, for those of you who are, I mean, I wasn't here for this, but this kind of stuff is what like Twitch used to have as well, by the way. In its inception of the platform, when Twitch first popped off, these exact same guys who have now been banned from like every single fucking platform for good reason, let's be real, because they do shit like this all the time and streamline this process. They used to do that on Twitch. And then they got banned. And then they got banned from YouTube, and they got banned from fucking Facebook. They got banned from every other live streaming platform. But then they found a house. They found a home in Kick. Okay? I am unfamiliar with their background. I just know that it's like gross and weird. You know what I mean?
Evil and
it's just gross and fucking weird. It's not for me. But there's plenty of people who like can't look away from it. There's plenty of people who can't look away from it because they just like see it as a train crash that you can't like you can't not pay attention to. And some people just love it. They love egging it on. And it also creates, yeah, like a train wreck. I didn't want to say train wreck, but yeah, like a train wreck, exactly. Like a 40-car pileup, exactly. It's like gross, it's weird. And then some people like also watching it and then, you know, participating in it, playing an active role in like changing what is going on. on their screens, and the way they do that is by swatting, doxing, and regularly harassing the people that like happen to appear. Phone bombing. Whenever you do an IRL stream, like phone bombing the location that you actually go to by like calling it nonstop. And it sucks. How do I ask my barber for your hairstyle without showing 10 minutes of your political content? Show him 10 minutes of my political content. Yeah, Fusi's manic streams on Kick, all this other stuff, and it's just like blowing up more and more. It's treating regular ass humans as NPCs purely for your stream's content. It's really awful, and it's not like positive at all. There is nothing positive about it. It's all negative. It's all fucking dog shit. You either cultivate an environment that is insanely toxic that directly attacks the streamer, or you cultivate an environment that is insanely toxic that directly attacks anyone the streamer engages with. Oftentimes, it doesn't matter. They also fuck up the streamer's life too. Okay? So, and it always ends. It always ends in just awfulness. More and more awfulness. Yeah, like ISIS fans called a bomb threat in an airport. It's kind of interesting, however, to act like this is, this is coming from a lot of people who regularly complained about like hot tub streamers, titty streamers, and whatnot. And it's wild that like, that's where we're at. But aren't they monetizing this shit? Yes, they are, because Kick loves it. Kick doesn't give a fuck. So, I think Moist Critical covered this. Let me see. So we'll do it.
I know all of you already know this, but I can't stand public nuisance streamers. The absolute degenerate.
I hate that shit so much. I hate it so fucking much, dude. And I'm not even saying like, oh, I hate it because like it's making it harder for me to do streams or whatever in public. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to do a public stream ever again, okay? I'm fine never doing an IRL stream or only doing it in a controlled environment, but it's just like, it's so fucking gross. Like, I hate the fact that being an absolute fucking asshole to like random individuals going about their day is something that is seen as monetizable content. Like, that shit sucks ass, bro.
Degenerate losers who go out into the world and film themselves just harassing random people. Basically, just pathetic worms that go out into the world and treat strangers like NPCs to spit on and use as props for their content. And one of the biggest goofballs in this category of content is named Johnny Somali, and he was just arrested in Japan, which is the most unsurprising news of all time. The only shocking thing about this story is that it hasn't happened sooner. Johnny Somali is a name you might have heard a couple of times over the last few months because he has said himself that he will do anything necessary to achieve clout, and the path he's chosen for that is to go to Japan and just harass everyone.
Time to exploit and monetize Charlie's hard-made content? Yes, dude, exactly. My goal is to exploit Charlie's hard-made content, which is basically him talking, which is hard-made content for sure, talking to a camera in the exact same way that I did, but like, just using his commentary as a jump-off point instead. Why is it that these motherfuckers always do this? Why? Why are you like this, bro? This is such bad low-fate bait. Oh, because I respond to it, because I'm an idiot.
By spamming racist shit at them and a lot of deplorable garbage. It's a mystery how he hasn't been deported or killed. He actually flirted with death one time on stream not too long ago, actually, where he was barking up the wrong tree and was nearly sent to meet his maker.
Yeah, and what?
Just don't all you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing.
People will still compare Kick to Twitch. How do you justify monetizing shit at the top of the hour? Oh my God, that's such a good... Okay, you fucking literally hit me out of nowhere like that dude just got slapped. Fuck, you got me so good. Like, I did not see that coming at all, brother. That is fucked up. You're right, though. The top of the hour ad break is here. Now, don't get blindsided by that. Don't get blindsided by that. Don't get hit in the fucking face with that top of the hour ad break. Subscribe. Be prepped. Do your prep work. Subscribe for $5 or free with a Twitch Prime. Or get gifted a sub. Your reactions have made it through certain communities, so a lot of weirdos are in here just to troll. Wait, what do you mean? My reactions have made it through certain communities. I don't know what that means. Look, Crooks SXX. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Here's the 3-minute ad right now. People are farming clips in the past few days. Wait, what? Go out in the world and be yourself and film and make real original content, dude. Sounds like something a socialist who enriches himself from capitalism. What's going on? We got like, okay, we do definitely have new weirdos in here. I think, because like all the new weirdos always come in with the old weirdo shit, which is pretty funny. But like, you know, they're in here, they're popping off. All right, let's keep going.
Oh,
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
外国人同士喧嘩してんぞ、殴り合い。殴り合いめっちゃしてんぞ。金玉を殴り合いしてんぞ、外国人。
Absolutely beautiful haymaker delivered there, complete with like a Viking screech there. Like a primal guttural yell as he delivers the most telegraphed hook I've ever seen in my life. But these two goobers didn't react to it at all. They just ate it like it was a bowl of cereal. And I also love the timing of that donation because it played that Mario coin sound effect, so it actually felt like he had just got the coins beat out of him by this guy. And I love that we also have another camera angle here to capture the aftermath because they tried to play it off like it barely hit them, but you can actually see one of them pooled blood a little bit on the ground because they got knocked out, like briefly. So it's everything about that just felt amazing to watch. It's very hard to root for someone, you know, committing a public assault, but when they're instigating and the entire purpose for them being in Japan is to instigate conflict like this, it's hard not to at least pump your fist and cheer when they finally get what they deserve. And man, once again, very impressive delivery of this wallop. It was a wombo combo. He blasted.
I've seen chatter on another stream saying they love seeing you losing it, so they come into the stream specifically to trigger you, that they're sad you became more aware now and don't always take the bait. Bro, that's like, that actually is so sad, brother. Get a life, man. That's so sad. Like, normal people outside of the online circles that you frequent would look to you and go, dude, what are you doing with your life? Like, if I had a friend, okay, if I had a friend who somehow got like sucked into some like weirdo shit, okay, and he was constantly like, bro, look at this fucking Twitch streamer. I'm going to go in there. That's all I'm doing now. I'm just like going into his fucking chat and just saying some dumb shit on purpose that makes me look like an absolute baboon, okay? And he just like yells at me, and it's so fun. Look at this. Like, I'd be like, dude, that is the saddest existence of all time, man. That is so, like, what are you doing? Live your life. That is like incredibly antisocial. I don't know what to tell you. You're an interactive game to them, less like a person, more like SpongeBob if you can respond to slurs. Yeah, but it's like, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. People do things that are not exactly healthy online all the time, right? We're on Twitch, okay? There's plenty of unhealthy behavior here. But it's just like, do things that either make you happier or do things that are at least like positive for you. Like, don't watch content that just like is incredibly frustrating for you, that like or don't watch people you hate. Here's a great example. A lot of the stuff that Charlie is talking about right now, I hate it. I fucking hate it so much. Okay? And for months on end, I just did not watch it. It was all over my Twitter feed, and I still never watched it. Because I know it's very unhealthy. Like, if I watch it, if I look at it, it's just going to piss me off. It's going to ruin my fucking day. You know? Let's keep going.
Both of them. Fucking Johnny Somali watched his friend get clobbered, and then he said, "Excuse me, what about second breakfast? May I have one? I want what he's having." And then he also gets blasted too. Like, he did nothing to prevent it at all. He just sat there and took it. The camera angle where we can see what happened after they get dropped, and like all of their like belongings are scattered. I guess their fanny pack blew up when they fell over. It actually seems like they got the loot beat out of them in Diablo. Like when you defeat a mob and there's like loot left on the ground. That's what happened here. And they completely deserved it. They started that whole thing. That clapping really sums up this.
My controversial opinion is like, I wouldn't even celebrate the knockout because like, in a way, this dude is like making this kind of lolcow content to get that reaction, right? Like, even when he gets knocked out, he kind of wins, right? And it's like a weird situation because there's not really anything you can do for someone who is just a social outcast like that. Like, there's no way to control that when, like, I mean, society is designed around people just like kind of getting together and collectively recognizing their shared interest and basically saying like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking rock the boat. I'm not going to do anything too out of pocket. You know what I mean? I might break some certain boundaries or whatever. And oftentimes there's also obviously like the fear of being considered a social pariah or whatever. But now we've monetized that for people who never even have to go outside, who can just like watch from inside, have someone behave like that, like their own NPC outside. You know what I mean? As a form of self-harm, just like the losers that hyperfixate on you as a locale. Yeah, there's like a lot of people who genuinely are deeply and unfortunately mentally ill who just have made thousands of sock accounts and don't recognize that like this is like not good for their mental health. And they oftentimes go away and go find someone else to harass online, but then they come back every now and then. And it's just like extremely ill behavior, you know? I find people that hate Hassan everywhere so weird. Yeah, the one unique thing about that is that rarely will you find them in the real world. They're always online. They're everywhere online. That is the single easiest way to recognize that like you most likely are just online. Most people in the real world have no fucking idea who I am. Why would they? And if they know who I am, they just kind of know me as like the TYT guy or the guy who's like a live streamer who talks about politics from a liberal perspective. He's like a very liberal guy. That's how they know me. Anything beyond that, okay, outside in the real world, is not going to have any strong opinions on who I am anyway. Okay, people will know me from H3H3, things of that nature. But there is no, like when you say other streamers also hate you or whatever, yeah, they're also hyper online. I'm hyper online too. Aren't most of your IRL interactions with people pretty positive for that exact reason? These dorks who come in, don't go outside. Exactly. Exactly. So I never encountered it in the real world until I told my girlfriend I watched you and she said, "Oh, I feel like I'm always seeing him getting in trouble on Twitter." And I realized it literally wasn't possible to list off all the possible fake things she may have seen about you online. Yeah. Had 2 of your haters jump in my DMs last week alone just to harass my ass. Your haters are unhinged. Exactly. Their goal is to just basically, try and desperately alienate me online, my only mechanism of reaching out and doing outreach and foster a community. And they can't do that by like cutting off my financial support because I don't have fucking sponsors. So they can only do that by like personally trying to harass every individual that comes in here. So it's whatever. Anyway, let's continue.
This whole situation.
They're just
when
very
these
sad.
two
You just gotta
goofballs
stay
got
the course.
dropped, everyone who witnessed it clapped. They celebrated. Like they had just watched their favorite sports team win a big game. They were happy to see them finally get dropped. Now, I'm not here just to go through memory lane of all of Johnny Somali's worst moments. There's plenty of videos that go over his history on why he's just an absolute degenerate loser. But he has now been arrested, and that's what I want to talk about because that is a huge W. That is long overdue. So he got arrested because he broke into a construction site on stream, and there's footage of him being arrested because he films everything that happens there because it's all content. And this might actually be the happiest moment of his life because he knows this is another article about to be written about him, which means maybe a couple extra viewers there to point and laugh at him like the clown he is.
なんて言ってます？あ、で、OK。
OK、かけるよ。
Mark, look at his face. He's like smiling through it all. Because he loves it. He loves this. He loves getting arrested. He loves getting owned. What do you do in that situation? Like you can't deal with someone like that with normal processes.
You can see his eyes light up. He is loving it. Having the handcuffs thrown on him.
That's one of the worst parts about it is that like you just even when he's getting owned, he's still winning. So that is also very frustrating about it. You know what I mean? The only way he loses is if he gets just perma-banned from every platform so he can't stream anymore. Like, yeah, okay, he gets deported from Japan. So what? You know what I mean? There's plenty of other countries you can go to and do the same exact shit. He's gotten banned from other countries too. I think he got like literally deported from Thailand, if I'm not mistaken, because he was doing the same shit there. Also got his ass beat there.
It's all being captured on stream. This is better than Christmas for him. He got the ultimate gift here. Santa Claus was real nice to him. And he got like a 72-hour ban on Kick, which was lifted because obviously Kick doesn't ban anyone for fucking anything. Someone could go on Kick Live right now and execute a man in cold blood, and they'd probably just ban him for 24 hours and be like, well, he's probably learned his lesson by now. But anyway, even as Johnny was being arrested,
like, come on.
he did not.
He's like, why are we going so hard on this guy? I mean, after all, is murder all that bad? Number one. And number two, it's like, he can't do it again. He did it one time. Like, lightning never strikes twice. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, actually it does. It ends up striking 4 times, 5 times in the same fucking spot, like, when it comes to this kind of shit. Because it's all about fostering a culture that thinks this kind of behavior is perfectly valid and perfectly normal. Okay? That's it. That's why it's not like an accident that this kind of stuff doesn't happen on a website that is infinitely larger and has way more daily active users and has way more fucking new people coming in to start streaming every goddamn day. Okay? Like people will say, "Oh man, well, what about that one time when the dude live streamed that the Buffalo shooting on Twitch, right?" They literally banned that immediately. Like they banned it in under 2 minutes. They found the account and they clapped it so fucking fast. Like if you think that is a valid comparison, I don't know what to tell you. Like that is absolutely insane. For the amount of people that open up a new stream and start live streaming, the TOS enforcement per capita is not even comparable between Twitch and Kick. What you may not realize that every IRL streamer on Kick does paid gambling streams for about 2 hours a day, even filming their laptop with their IRL streaming phone. Wait, really? I mean, I don't watch any of that shit, so. And Twitch's stance on murder is not in question, whereas Kick's stance on these types of heinous acts being live streamed is, yeah. To act like it's comparable is disingenuous, yes, but disingenuous arguments is all a lot of people have when they want to just like keep watching horrifying content. I mentioned that to someone on a call yesterday. They mentioned hot tub streams in response, bro. I can get head on Kick. Yeah, that's people that say like, "Oh, what about hot tub streams?" It's like, brother, you can literally get your shit sucked, okay, on the main page on Kick, which has happened like a bunch. So anyway,
not go quietly into the night. He made sure to deliver more high-quality, gut-busting comedy that he's become known for. by mentioning nuclear disasters, because that's all he fucking says there. He mentions the nuclear bombs during World War II and the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster as jokes. That's the joke he likes to make. He's literally just an edgy bot. There's barely even a brain left in his skull.
Didn't Guy or whoever get a handy on Twitch? This is such a funny fucking take. Because, like, the fact that, one, you don't even know if it happened or not is pretty funny. Okay? I've joked about this before. Like, there is literally no comparison in either of these situations. Okay? Like, the idea is, or at the time what people were speculating, and I think like he might have had like a little bit of playing bingo, okay, in that circumstance, is ridiculous because he's not fucking filming himself getting his dick tugged, okay? He's not like a top-down camera getting his fucking dick tugged. It's like a 3-second moment that you can only see if you fantasize about it being real, because it was like in the reflection on the mirror, and you can't even see it from the fucking mirror. Okay? Like there's no equivalent here. There's no like, yo, getting my cock sucked right now live. You know what I mean? That's not what happened. It was a fucking, like, the entire point is it's not clear. It's not obvious, and people don't even fucking know. Like, people don't even know to this day if it really happened or not. Like, sure, you can endlessly speculate on it, okay? But there is the difference between, like, something you can't fucking even see, right? You can't see on camera, versus something you very clearly are seeing on camera. I don't know why I defend Kai so hard when it did happen, but that guy's comparison was stupid. So why did you agree with exactly what I said? Because that's precisely what I said. Even at the time, I said, yeah, I feel like he definitely had a little bingo moment where the girl most likely put her hands down his fucking pants. But you also agree with me. You said the exact same thing, but you came at it like you are antagonistic. Why does this happen all the time in my own community, where someone comes in and says exactly what I just said, but says it in an antagonistic, condescending manner to be like, it's kind of dumb that you're doing this thing, and then repeats my exact point. At least you can just turn around and be like, and come at it from like a different angle that's more creative, because you just agreed with me. You said the exact same thing that I said. Yeah, because I'm the main character. Okay, we'll take an hour off, main character.
He's just been programmed to say the most generic, edgy shit that he can muster up in order to jingle keys in front of his pathetic chat that supports him. So, as of right now, there's no new updates on the status of Johnny, whether he's still in custody or if he's even going to be allowed to stay in Japan. Hopefully, he won't be allowed to stay in Japan unless it's staying in a prison, because he's just been terrorizing Japan. And after months of documented evidence of his behavior and the deplorable shit he's done over there, I don't understand why they'd let him stay there with no problem at all. But I guess we'll see. I want to give you a bonus clip though, give you a little dessert here on top of all this, because there's another public nuisance streamer who just found himself in some hot water, with his life flashing before his eyes off of problems that he created for himself.
He's sitting right over fucking there and no one's paying attention. You know why? Because of racism. Yep. That's not funny.
Funny.
No.
It's very funny.
Why is that funny?
What is happening? Like, why are
All
these
right.
people like this?
You and me, Central Park, tomorrow. Don't be late, motherfucker.
What the fuck is this?
Who could have possibly predicted this outcome? Are you trying to tell me a guy like this is a coward? Say it ain't so.
Yeah, so many people are literally just doing the Ezra Miller strat, right? Where they're just fucking being a public menace, a public nuisance for the funsies.
I don't believe you. I don't believe what I'm seeing here. So full disclosure, I don't know who this guy is. It seems like he's just another one of those revolting ooze douchebags that just instigate conflict. But in this case, the person that he's starting all the hoopla with actually just calls him out on it, and he's like, alright, then we'll fucking fight. The streamer point blank challenges him, tells him to meet him in Central Park tomorrow. Obviously, he's being very vague on purpose because he has no plans of engaging in any kind of pugilistic combat here. And then when the stranger's like, no, why wait? We can just settle it now. Which is such a badass line, and the second he unzips his jacket, you can almost hear the streamer's heart skip a beat. He's getting palpitations, and fight or flight kicks in, and you know he's not fighting, so he just bolts out. I have no doubt that is the fastest he's ever run in his entire life.
Alright. I hope he doesn't chase me because I don't want to fight him.
Fight him, you pussy. That's what they're saying.
Am I a pussy beta? Perhaps. But I don't know.
Scary Asian. Pressed by Asian. God, such fucking losers, man. It's... This shit is so disgusting. I don't know why nobody is embarrassed to behave this way in public. I just don't get it. How are you not embarrassed? Why are you not embarrassed to behave this way? In the beginning, chat was telling him to grope the woman. Like, what is going on? This isn't in public? Yes, I'm saying I don't know why people aren't more embarrassed to behave like this in public. Why? What is going on today, dude? What's happening? Did everyone's brains get fucking recircuited? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm saying you should be embarrassed to behave this way in public. Like, you know, be normal and stop fucking behaving this way in public. Does the tiny dopamine hit for the views outweigh the shame felt? I don't know. I don't know why people don't. I don't know why this is like the new meta on the live streaming space. Like, I feel like for the longest time, I guess maybe this is an old clip of this dude that used to be super racist to people in public to try to get reactions. I guess like for the longest time, maybe it's more shocking that it didn't become this way. You know what I mean? Because, like, this is basically prank content, but now with, like, a choose-your-own-adventure element added on to it. You know what I mean? It's basically prank content where you get to control the pranker, the prankster. And you get to make the prankster do whatever the fuck you want him to do. Yeah, when Twitch landed, just chatting was literally similar early on until it all got banned. I know, that's what I said. Twitch used to be like this too. Ironic, because all the dudes who got fucking banned on Twitch and then got banned on YouTube are now doing this shit on Kick.
I'd legitimately feel bad for him if he wasn't such a scumbag. You can hear the size of realization where he comes to terms with actually just being a fucking loser. He couldn't even cobble together some kind of loose defense of his actions here. He goes, am I a pussy beta? Perhaps, but... I don't know. Like, he's starting to get some self-realization here at the pathetic specimen that he's become. You can also tell from the chat what kind of community he's fostered over there, so not exactly someone to feel really bad for here. The only one to feel bad for is the guy that was being harassed because he didn't even get the closure of being able to get a few good shots in on this fucking loser. But anyway, I just wanted to share all of this information with you. Great news with Johnny.
Yeah, it's not great news because it's just there's nothing you can do about it, really. I mean, it's not to be super defeatist, but there's actually nothing you can do about it.
At the end of every year, I like to make predictions on what I think will happen in the following year. Simple stuff like who's going to win the Super Bowl, which game's going to win Game of the Year, and will I finally hit Diamond in Valorant? And most of the time, I'm wrong. However, I found in one specific instance, I wasn't actually wrong. I was just early to the party. You see, in late 2021, I predicted that IRL streaming was going to blow up. end of COVID lockdown. People are traveling, filming it, other people are watching it. Turns out that people wanted to live it themselves, though. In fact, not only did IRL streaming fall off, all of live streaming fell off after 2021, where it peaked in April and May.
Yeah, it's true. Live streaming has officially fallen off. Live streaming has officially fallen off, but the only aspects of live streaming that are still very much alive, like live streaming NA has fallen off. The only part of live streaming that hasn't fallen off is either the outside of NA, European and Spanish live streaming. That's exploding, which is also creating this false notion that Twitch is actually still kicking and alive and doing really well. Whereas, no, outside, like the NA, American, English-speaking content creators and their live stream numbers are lower than ever before, myself included. And then the only other side of live streaming that is like still kind of kicking and growing, even though it's growing in a much, I guess I would say, growing and yet still, albeit marginal, is this kind of like degenerate shit. Are people going offline or going to other content? I don't know. I think people really, my idea on this, what I think on why this kind of stuff is no longer as popping, is because, and I've taken like a less materialistic perspective, of more like a spiritual one, where I feel like live streaming brings them bad memories of like the overarching bad feelings that they had during the COVID lockdowns. I think TikTok plays a role in it too. But I think like a lot of people who spent every waking moment indoors and getting an insane amount of content from live streamers and developing parasocial and oftentimes unhealthy relationships with these content creators and the content itself don't want to think about the bad times where they were, definitely more depressed than they are now that they can like roam the streets free and behave almost in a feral manner. Does that make sense? I think people are just touching grass a little more this year, given the last couple being mainly indoors. Yeah. You don't have that much smaller of an audience. They're just touching grass more often. Yeah. No more work from home. Demand to return to the Kai Cenat had almost 200K viewers with Offset. Although you are not wrong in a way. Yeah, that's a one-off. That's a total one-off chatter. Like Kai in and of itself is also like hard to even point to. Like the content creators at this point that are still noticeably growing or have like very sizable audiences are ones that are popping in secondary markets. Not because they're like Twitch live streamers. Like XQC is a great example of this. XQC is a pure live streamer, right? If you look at his numbers on the live streaming space, they've dramatically declined. They went from like 70K, 60K on average to, barely 40K. Now that's partially because he goes to Kick and he's like trying to move his audience over there. But that's also partially a consequence of XQC not popping off in the other secondary markets like TikTok as much. Kai, on the other hand, is incredibly dominant on TikTok. Kai is incredibly dominant on TikTok. Jinxie is another great example. He's the Rainbow Six live streamer who's been doing this since he was like fucking a fetus, you know what I mean? And now he's like absolutely exploded in the space. And that's partially because I've never once seen a Kai TikTok. Brother, first of all, you just used lull. Okay? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to know. You're in here and you just used lull. So clearly, of course, you are not, you're a boomer. You're an old school Twitch viewer. You're a boomer. You're not the target market. You're not the target audience. You have an account created in 2014. Of course, you've never seen a Kai TikTok. What do you mean? If you are under the age of 20, it's probably impossible for you to avoid Kai Cenat TikToks. Like, you probably see it no matter what. So, the point is, live streaming has definitely suffered overall. I mean, myself, I've experienced this as well. I mean, I was very consistently for the last 3 years, I would say, since the end of the election cycle, have always had on my lowest points 30K live viewers, 30K average concurrent, no matter what. And that would go up and that would sometimes go down, but it was at the lowest point, literally 30K live viewers, nothing less than that. Since then, it has gone down to 20K live viewers, sometimes even barely breaking 20K, like on the weekends. Okay? That is 100% something that I've experienced for the first time ever, even though there's an election cycle happening. So, yeah, that's pretty significant in my opinion. Until May when it suddenly dropped. Yeah. I think, anyway, we're getting too nitty gritty. Lower views because people died of COVID. Minute of silence for all the 20K average concurrent viewers that died. Yeah. I think it's mostly because of a couple different things. Secondary markets not banging as hard. YouTube is like, cracked down on all of the Hasanabi Clips Industrial Complex channels. People also are no longer as interested in making those edits as well. One, because they can't monetize it as much because YouTube fucking literally claps them. And also on top of that, the React Gate, the React Gate shit has probably stopped them as well. But it is what it is. My hours streamed have basically stayed the same, but average viewers have gone down a lot, like the most. School started? No, I mean that's not the only reason, but it's early election season. It's going to pick up when it's near the deadline. It doesn't matter. But yeah, most people are leaving their houses, okay? Wait, is YouTube getting rid of Hasanabi clips? I've seen it a lot less. Yes, they're cracking down, and I keep trying to, I advocate for their existence, but YouTube is like so aggressively pursuing them. I think creators were collabing and through trying to make content got controversial, and now creators don't want to mesh, be questioned for being with someone their viewers might not like or whatever. They're not collabing. It's a good filter out the clout chasers and keep the people that love this shit. Yeah. Anyway. So let's get back to it.
But 2023 has been a huge resurgence for live streaming. And I'm sure you're aware of this if you think to some clips you might have seen over the past 6 or so months. And one of the biggest examples of this is FuzzyTube, who live streamed every second of his life, including traveling around, going to airports, and other clips I'm sure you've seen. He even was IRL streaming while getting arrested from a cop trying to stream through their body cam.
I got a big penis. It could hurt you a lot. Jesus. I'm gay. 9 inches. Is that on body cam? I'll fuck you so good till you love me.
Crazy.
I mean, that's literally what it is, though. Like, that's not normal, okay? That is crazy. Like, as in the medical sense, okay? Sorry if you consider this to be ableist, but, like, I'm trying to reduce it to something here. But, like, he is having a mental situation. I don't know how to fucking describe it. Like, he's very clearly mentally unwell in that situation.
Crazy. And there is a specific term that I like to use for these types of IRL streamers that are having a...
Yes, an episode. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. He is having a manic episode, okay? He's having a fucking manic episode. Why the hell is like, I mean, that's the body camera footage and that's whatever, okay? Yeah, Fuzi needs help, not an audience. I know, but the problem is people love watching, train wrecks. People love watching car crashes. And basically, there is a market for it. So when there's a market for it and you get fed this reinforcement from misbehaving like this, it's very hard for you to just like seek out the help necessary, because why would you? Because your mania is now monetizable and people people basically fucking they show love to you for that reason, right? Like they're like, oh, the crazier I get, the more people show me love. Like, why the fuck wouldn't they do that?
Huge 2023. And it's an anything for view streamer, right? It is a lot different than IRL streaming as it was for a few years before COVID. That sort of IRL streaming behavior of really doing anything kind of died with Ice Poseidon when he got banned off of Twitch. It was basically platforms saying, hey, this is too edgy, this is too crazy, you cannot do anything for views out in public, it causes real harm to those around you, and you need to cut it out. But it's had a big resurgence with Kick.com. There's a lot of people who are using Kick, which has more lax rules, to bring back that anything for views mentality and harass people. And there's one person in specific that I want to talk about today, Johnny Somali. You might have seen this clip before of Johnny in this trains to Japan harassing people by saying stuff like this.
You know Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki? You know. Why you do this? Pearl Harbor?
Basically going up to anybody he can see in Japan and say, hey, why did you do Pearl Harbor? And then bringing up the two sites where atomic bombs were exploded, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And he does this nonstop.
Hiroshima. Move away, nigga. Nigga, wallahi, we do it again. Wallahi, I swear to God. Wallahi, billahi, wa tallahi.
And that's basically it. That clip blew up, and it gave him a lot of negative attention from people not only in the States, but also in Japan. And what was Johnny's reaction to this?
It's free promo. It's free promo.
He was pumped. Oh, it got so many views. Free promo. This is great for me, which is why I never really talked about it. But finally...
Same. Like, the major reason why I did not cover this while I was very aware of it was because, like, these guys are so clout-brained that, like, it doesn't matter. Especially someone like myself talking shit about a guy like this is the best kind of promo because I have a lot of haters who also want that exact kind of content. And if they haven't found it organically, when I talk about it, they go, oh, this is my guy. This is my fucking new guy. I love watching this guy. Okay?
Justice has been served to Johnny because he got arrested by Japanese police. But to talk about that, first, I must show you the justice that some people in Japan were taking in their own hands. You see, after that clip happened, Johnny kept doing that sort of stuff. He kept walking up in live streams saying, you know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, trying to get a rile out of those around him. And he stopped doing it because he had a couple instances where it didn't go very well. Here's the first one.
Brad first.
You asked, do these people actually have a way of monetizing Haywatch? Yes, dude. They have, I mean, this is like super old school live streaming shit when this space was gross as fuck originally. And this predates like me even joining this platform by a couple years. So I never encountered it. But TTS is what they do. They have, when you're live streaming, I don't do this, obviously. I don't even do this in my fucking desktop streams. But you can have donations play text to speech. And what these IRL streamers will usually do is like they'll put a speaker on, like a Bluetooth speaker, where the TTS donations will say like horrifically racist shit. Okay? Now, of course, you can control that. You can try as best as you can to like put real big safeguards, okay, around it so you ensure that people aren't saying like racist bullshit. But these guys don't do that on purpose because they love farming the racist stuff because it turns into good content for them because that's what their content is like looking. That's what their audience wants. Their audience wants to use these streamers like a fucking NPC.
First. Drop the bread first. This ain't safe, man. Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
hey, all my real niggas, drop in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Yo, you tripping, nigga?
I hope this doesn't bring any bad light to the Somali community. This shit sucks. Bro, he's not. He's American, by the way. Like, I don't know if he's actually, like, of Somali background, but he's American.
Perhaps he should have heeded the warning from James Lead about that one. It wasn't very safe. It wasn't very safe. He got jumped in Japan and laid out on the streets and all his equipment destroyed. And then it happened again, like about 10 days ago.
What?
Just don't grab my camera. All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing. Oh.
The wildest part about it is the like when I first watched the video, I thought they added that sound in because he sounds like a berserker. You know what I mean? When he like wails on him, he fucking literally he sounds like a video game character. You know what I mean? And then the coin sounds too, like it's crazy.
Where he got knocked the fuck out by some person that he was harassing in the streets of Japan. Listen to the noise he makes as he swings and not only knocks out the camera, but knocks out Johnny in a clean hit. That's a crazy noise. And ever since then, it seems as though Johnny is less excited about people spreading around his clips. He's somewhat nervous about it getting very popular in Japan and then basically getting hurt or worse. And has been DMCA takedown, giving DMCA takedown notices to almost all the videos and clips about like the train incident or any of the other incidents where he is harassing people. He's going crazy on the copyright takedowns. It's very hard to now find those clips. And there was a weird justice that was trying to be found by live streamers, YouTubers, vigilantes, and even Yakuza members in Japan. Basically, 3 different people all tried to confront Johnny to try to get him to apologize.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
From Johnny's POV, again, it's anything for views. So if a Japanese YouTuber or live streamer is going to go up and say, hey, say Gomenasai into the camera and mean it, he will say it if he can get away with it and then go back to doing the same shit the next day. Look, here's his apology with a vigilante YouTuber Guts. Where he's supposed to repeat everything he says. It's embarrassing. This is not an apology. This is a fucking clown show right here.
What is this vigilante YouTuber? Hold on. What? I didn't see this part. Just a few days ago, vigilante YouTuber Guts had Johnny Somali make his apology statement, promising not to repeat the kind of trouble he had caused in this Hiroshima and Nagasaki harassment of train passengers. Bro, imagine being a fucking salaryman, dude. Your life sucks dick. You're just trying to fucking drown your sorrows in alcohol at night. And like, you're just sitting there and some American freak is putting a fucking camera to your face going, Hiroshima, Nagasaki over and over again. These Japanese vigilantes aren't good. Yeah, I don't know anything about these guys. I doubt that they're great either. But
and yeah, there's even the former Yakuza member.
Hashimoto Magomi is a former Yakuza who unsuccessfully ran for political office several times in recent years. See the Vice link. Today, he helped American live streamer Johnny Somali film an apology video.
Who unsuccessfully ran for political office, who tried to get him to bow and apologize for his mistakes.
This is for CX. This is for Paul Dinino, Ice Poseidon in Japan.
But listen to him. This is for Paul Dinino in Japan. Like he's making a mockery of it. I don't know why anyone's even attempting to get him to pay his respects or make apologies for it. Because what did he do directly after all of those apologies? He went to Tokyo Disneyland, where you're not allowed to IRL stream, with a little microphone or a little speaker that anybody could play any sound off of. And of course, what are the people who are watching him going to play?
Atomic bomb.
Yeah. Atomic bomb. He doesn't give a shit, bro. He doesn't care. It is anything for views. And I normally wouldn't talk about this because I don't want to give more attention to him. However, it all ends today because Johnny has been arrested by Japanese police. Here he is getting confronted. This happened just today.
Like, there's a thoughtful way to do some of this stuff, obviously. Like, you can still be a good-natured guy who tries to make content in public. And there are plenty of IRL streamers who do a very good job at this. Like, Rob CD is a great example of this, right? Like, the Angel of Shibuya. Like, he does this shit every fucking day. Connor Dog. Jake does a pretty good job, too. Like, there are people out there, Extra Emily. Like, making yourself the center of the content is what you're supposed to do in this situation, right? making yourself the center of the content, like the experiences that you're having, like, but of course, that's hard. Okay? That's hard. I do it too. I know. I'm an IRL streamer as well. I IRL stream regularly, especially in other countries. I love doing it. And I love sharing experiences that I have with you. Okay? But the problem is that takes a fucking lot of effort. Okay? You know what doesn't take effort? Running around and being a racist piece of shit. It doesn't take any effort whatsoever as long as you have no regularly, question mark, come on. I mean, brother, 2 times a year regularly, it's nuts if you think that I don't do more IRL streams than like most other fucking people. What are you talking about? Most streamers never do IRL streams. Like, I used to do way more IRL streams. Like, I've kind of backed away from it, but what do you mean? I recently went to a couple months back, I went to a fucking picket line and shit. What are we talking about here? Anyway, chat's insane. The issue is that requires effort. And if you don't have effort, it's the same principle behind comedy too. If you can't be funny, be racist, right? If you can't make people laugh, then make people applaud or make people react in shock to the weird shit that you're stating. Ultimately, they'll still pay attention to you, right? XC doesn't like doing it because of stream snipers, and snipers are usually teenage boys with their moms. Yeah, you can't compare me to obviously IRL streamers who exclusively do IRL streams. Obviously, I don't do IRL streams exclusively. Let's be real. But part of it is that it also kind of sucks. How come you didn't do stuff like this both times you went to Japan? Yeah, exactly, because I'm not a fucking douchebag. That's why I didn't do that. I went to Japan. I live streamed there pretty much every single day. I live streamed in Japan every single day. I did desktop streams. I did live streams, IRL, out and about, and and it was awesome. It was great. A lot of you watched it. A lot of you enjoyed it. It was great. The difference is it took a lot of fucking lift. It took a lot of work in the background to make sure that that stuff was good and fun and enjoyable. And if you don't want to do that work ahead of time, and if you don't have the charisma to like move a stream in general, or have the networking skills to have other people on that are also charismatic and can hold a conversation, and you can like use that dynamic to make content, then, you know, you just got to be a fucking piece of shit. You got to be an asshole.
Today, like 12 hours ago, I think they're reading out what happened, calling him a suspect, showing him some of the evidence, and then they arrest him. They turn off his equipment, and as he walks away, he yells like "Free Johnny" or something, and there it is. He is now detained by Japanese police. And if you don't know how it works when you're detained by Japanese police, it isn't good. They can detain you for up to 30 days without even charging you.
Yeah.
They just keep you in there, and oftentimes...
Which is sad because, like, they basically did that to Joey Chaotic, who didn't even deserve to go to fucking jail. But they did that literally for Joey Chaotic for going into the Fukushima nuclear disaster zone with a literal government, like tourism agency verified guide. But the dude fucked up and like, you know, the dude fucked up and allowed him to go into a place that he was not supposed to be in. Because like they have very strict rules on which areas you can actually see and which areas you can't actually go into. And he got fucking, he literally was, nah, that's deserved. No, fuck no. You don't understand the dynamic, dude. No, they literally, Joey Chaotic did not deserve to get fucking arrested for 30 days. You're wrong. People do tours of the Fukushima nuclear disaster zone, okay? He had an official license guide specifically to go to the nuclear disaster zone. His guide got fucked up, like hammered, and then they went into the wrong house. There are plenty of houses that you can go into as well, but they went into the wrong house, and he didn't even fucking know that he deserved, he didn't even know that they were not allowed to do this. Like, and yet, of course, because Japan doesn't fuck around with that sort of thing, they clapped him, and they arrested him, and they apprehended him and put him in an involuntary hold for numerous days. He literally actually did unironically everything right, and they indicted him.
That is their deterrent for crime, even if they don't have an ability to charge, is just to throw you in their jails for a while.
I guess it feels like a national security issue, but it's a tourist site. Then never mind. No, man, what are you talking about? It's not a national security issue at all. It's Fukushima. The nuclear plant and the surrounding region is like is areas that you can go to and visit, and the Japanese government is like very open about that as well. You have a government-backed guide who also will take you there too. They have very strict trespassing laws, however,
and then deport you and never allow you to re-enter the country, which would definitely be a good thing for the people of Japan for what he is doing. What was the final thing that the police arrested him for? Was it for walking around and harassing people? No, I don't know if that's technically a crime, but it was actually for this clip right here. Crossed into a construction zone, which is super illegal because it can be incredibly dangerous to those who are working there.
Oh, he's going into the warehouse? Nah, this is wild.
The commentary is funny.
I'm just a cameraman right here. I'm just a cameraman. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I am sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse, dog?
He's going to the warehouse.
My God,
You're also
Chad,
going in
what
with it, by the way.
What did I get myself into?
A mistake. You got yourself into a big mistake.
Oh, he's mad. He's getting mad. He's getting mad, bro. He's getting activated, dog.
And that's the clip. That's the clip. That's him.
He's pressing.
Hey, Fukushima.
And then he yells Fukushima, which obviously a huge disaster happened in Japan like about a decade ago. But he won't be able to do that anymore. He won't be able to harass the people of Japan. Normally, it laid on the shoulders of platforms like Twitch or YouTube to ban these people and basically deplatform them so that they cannot just be nuisances to society. But in this case, because you are able to go a little further, a lot further on kick.com, it was up to the country of Japan, and they've finally done it. And this has gone mega viral in Japan. It's like a huge news story you can see here.
Yeah.
This is an official Japanese news site, 5.7 million views, and it says the masked intruder at a construction site has been arrested. There's also an article about it. They're trying to find the cameraman as well. And I was able to understand most of this, by the way, because of this Twitter user, Jeffrey Hall, super cool Twitter user. He just reports on stuff happening in Japan.
Fuck you, Lud. Why are you giving our guy away, by the way? God damn it, Ludwig. Okay, Jeffrey Hall is like, he's basically every Japanophile's entry point into like Japanese local news. Okay. And it I don't even know his like personal politics. Is like always odd to me whenever I see, unless I know someone personally. If I see like a white guy in Japan, I'm always like a little sussed out. Okay. But he does a really good job of you know, showing Japanese perspectives in Japanese news by you know, covering it in English. And Ludwig just like, you know, exposed our fucking source. I love the chat saying, you're a white guy in Japan. Yes, did you hear what I said? Not every single person that goes is a white guy in Japan is like weird and sus, but at least I've met some where, you know, my immediate opinion is like, unfortunately, a little biased in the negative direction. Obviously, some of my favorite white guys that live in Japan also live in Japan, like Connor. But there's also plenty of fucking dudes that go there and are very odd and go there for, I guess, the weird reasons.
In English, so I can read it and understand it. But yeah, that's it. It's fucking cringe as shit. I hope it stops. I hope Kick gets a little more moderation going on, right? You know, maybe punish people if they're being that obscene. I cannot IRL stream. I hate IRL streaming. I have something in my brain that is like, hey, you're being fucking annoying as shit to those around you. How about you be a little more respectful? So I don't do it. But some people got that Logan Paul brain. They do whatever the hell they need. They film whatever the hell they want. And it's a huge disaster when you're doing it while live streaming because so much more can happen and you're capturing all of it. And I think it's a bit of a dangerous trend to be.
Remember when we fucking kissed on live stream, Lud? Exactly. But yeah, you have to have the platforms do something. You have to have the platforms do something. Like, the expectation has to be that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, well, the expectation for you is to subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. Or you can get gifted a sub. If you're lucky, here's a 3-minute ad break. Now, I know Frogan was on cut. We're not going to watch it today. We're going to watch it tomorrow. But yeah, this is the other thing that I wanted to show you. This is the other aspect of it, which is like not as bad, but still very bad. Here.
Yeah, I don't know. People are calling because of this shit's funny.
This is quite literally like, I'm a badass, like a teenager would do this, like a young teenager, like a 14-year-old. Okay? A lot of the content that these people make on Kick and on Rumble and whatever the fuck, like the reactionary content they make, is tailored specifically for 13-year-olds. And I think that they're very obvious about it. I think that they know what they're doing, and I think they recognize it. You can just say, oh, that's his mental age. But honestly, I don't think it's just that's a cop-out. I don't think that is specifically how stupid he is. Yes, he is dumb, okay? But I do not think that is the only reason why he's behaving this way. I think he knows. That, kids watch him, and he's just, like, being toxic on purpose, but in, like, very childish ways.
Is she a fan of booty mo?
This guy says, tell Bradley he's a hoe.
Let me see. Let me talk to him.
Let's be here.
Hello? Hello? What? Yeah, what's up? Yo, the service is super bad. The service is really bad. Huh. Yo, I'm not kidding though. I'll smash your fucking camera right now. No, I'm not playing. I'll smash.
What the fuck?
It's out. It's out. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Go put the shit out. It's out, bro. It's out. Why is it still burning? Burn your fucking hand then. My hair. Put it on your fucking hand then. It doesn't even hurt.
How do you do that?
Bro, I'm not playing with you. I'm not. It's out.
How do you do that?
It's out. I'm not playing. It's out.
How'd you light a cigarette?
The security cleaners. It's out.
Dude, can I have a cigarette?
I'm not playing. It's out. I'll smash your fucking camera. You don't. It's out. I'm putting it out. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. No, I'm really not playing with you. I'm not playing either. Actually. Yo. What do you want to do? Decide what you want to do. Okay, it's out. Decide what you want to do. Brad, it's out. It's out. Make up your mind.
Brad, look.
Yeah, well, you're not smoking cigarettes here. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing at all. I'll shut this whole shit down. Why are you so mad about a little cigarette? I don't like cigarettes in my fucking gym, period. Bro, it was half a cigarette. I know, but I'm not good. I'm not good with
It's so stupid, dude. Like, you know why he doesn't like it. You know why he doesn't fucking like it. Does he own the gym? Yeah, that's his gym. He's like allowed you to be in his fucking gym and make content. And you're doing it personally. You're doing it for that reason. Like, you're literally smoking because you want to, like, break the rules in, like, the fucking smarmiest, weirdest way possible. And before people say, like, oh, what the fuck? Like, why doesn't he like it? It's like, bro, it's literally a fucking cigarette in a gym. What are you talking about? Like, not only I'm pretty sure it's fucking illegal, but also it's so dumb. Like, it's a gym, brother. People are working out there.
with that. The joke's done. The joke's done. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Okay. I'll take that shit out too. You do that shit again? Because of a cigarette? I'm gonna end this. I'll smash this goddamn camera right in front of your face. You don't do that. You do that shit again. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. That's disrespectful as fuck. That's the truth. I said you could smoke weed in here. You're not smoking cigarettes in here. One half a boat. I'm not kidding. I'll smash your fucking camera right in front of you. I'm not kidding. You said that. You're disrespecting me by smoking in my fucking gym, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. It's out. There's no more cigarettes.
You gotta spar and settle this.
Bro, he's gonna go 100. He's gonna go 150. It's out, bro. Why are you so heated? Because I don't like shit like that. I'm not playing. That's a funny game, but I'm not playing. It's out. I'm not kidding. I don't do that shit again. I'm not kidding. I didn't. Yeah. I know. I saw it in his eyes, bro. That's the same look he gave me when he sparred. Nah, that wasn't the same look.
That was the same
look.
look.
I was about to hit you dead with my fucking fist, bro.
That was the same look.
That was not the same look.
That's the look he gave.
That wasn't the same look.
Are you
know it
really
wasn't the same.
mad?
You're disrespectful like that. That's not respecting me at all.
And the chip tooth was respectful.
What was, bro? You
Friendly sparring?
You act like I wanted to do that? You thought I wanted to do that?
You did want to do it.
Bro, I told you 3 times I didn't want to do it. You fucking made me do that dumbass shit.
I didn't make you do it.
Bro, you called.
He literally, Bradley told me personally that he was not trying to fucking actually spar with him, but I mean, I do believe it. It's like one level below what we just watched with Johnny Somali, because at least it's in like a more, it's in a more controlled environment. And the people that he's doing this to are people that he knows at least, or at least have like consented to being on camera, consented to having them in their space. But there's obviously boundaries to that consent, like smoking a fucking cigarette indoors. Like he doesn't want you to do that. It's so stupid to just like try to violate that, try to constantly boundary break. You're just being annoying for content. And I feel like there was a time and place where like that kind of behavior, people would be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? Like in the real world, if you behave like this regularly, someone would check you. You know what I mean? And I guess he's doing it too.
Called me on the phone. Yo, get this shit on camera. You called me on the phone in the fucking SUV with this guy, and I said we shouldn't do it multiple times. You came here. I said we shouldn't do it multiple times.
Bro, he's
he's acting like I'm not. Then I was not mad. Now I'm mad, and you know it's different now, and I know you know it's different. Don't come respect my bro.
Nothing smells bad in here.
I don't give a fuck. I told you don't smoke in my. It's not a joke.
There's no more smoke.
Not a joke.
There's no smoke.
Don't disrespect me in my fucking house like that. I mean that, for real.
There's no smoke.
I know, but I'm telling you, like, it's a funny game for a minute, and then it's not funny. I don't like that.
There's no game. We're just talking.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you guys are playing the game like the Steve will do it bullshit, like it's funny.
You call all this shit bullshit? That's your man.
Well, that's my man, but I'm telling him, like, it's not funny, and I told this motherfucker not to do it. And you over here trying to sideline, do the same shit. I'm not cool with it.
I'm not trying to sideline. You gonna back me up or what?
I think Steve will do it is very disrespectful to Bradley too, and I don't like it. He's a grown-ass man. But, you know, they have content that they need to make. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's making those mental calculations on a daily basis, but, like, I don't like that either. Bro, what the fuck? Why are you taking this fake shit for real? Wait. I don't think he's, like, fake mad here. I think he's real mad. I don't think he's fake mad. Like, the sparring stuff was, like, whatever. Okay? But this is not fake mad at all.
I'm not part of it. It's just so stressful. I need to smoke now.
Yeah, man. Go smoke outside.
It's too cold, bro.
It's not cold. It's fucking California. Go smoke outside.
No, it's so entertaining to watch. What the fuck? Sorry. Can we just smoke one cigarette?
Bro, you can smoke weed in here. You cannot smoke cigarettes in here.
Smoke it in the mirror
No, bro. You can smoke weed in here. You're not smoking fucking cigarettes in here.
What about the sauna?
How does Bradley not see they're using him for content? Brother, what are you talking about? He built an influencer gym for this purpose. He literally built the gym for that purpose. But, like, of course, I think the reason why he's putting his fucking foot down is specifically because, like, he's in a weird predicament because, like, he wants people to go there and he wants people to stream and shoot content there, and that's whatever. But he also doesn't want people to, like, treat it like shit, like treat his gym like it's nothing. You know what I mean? I'm confused. Is Steve friends with Bradley, or is he provocateur here? I mean, they're friends, but I think he is very disrespectful to Bradley too. I think a lot of these kids are spoiled, man. That's what I believe. Okay, I'm very fortunate that I became famous when I was, you know, in my late 20s, okay? I had, like, the normal developmental phase of, like, being a real human being, okay? Working a fucking job, working for someone else, basically, and not, like, having to worry about, you know, paying for Uber or splitting a fucking meal with friends. These are all formative experiences that I had, having a group of friends right? It's just like, you're sounding pretty parasocial. That's such a funny fucking take to have, because I know this dude. Like, what do you mean I'm sounding pretty parasocial? It's parasocial if you don't fucking know the person. If you're watching them behind a camera, okay? Like, I can't be fucking parasocial with someone who is in my fucking phone contacts who I can talk to if I wanted to every single day. That's just called being social, okay? That's not parasocial. That's just social. But of course, those boundaries have eroded due to COVID and due to live streaming that it's so odd when people can't make that same fucking distinction and go, wow, kind of parasocial. No, that's just social, okay? That's the difference. Being empathetic and being social.
The cigarette thing is not happening.
The sauna's like a hot pot.
I hate cigarettes, bro. I hate that smell. I don't like it. The only time I'm around cigarette smoke is at the fucking casino. That's it. I hate cigarettes.
I think I saw you smoke a cigarette in the casino.
Yes, in a casino.
So why do you hate the smell?
Bro, this is a place of business. Tons of people come here. I don't want cigarette smell in this fucking place.
Brad, you're acting a little G6 right now.
Bro.
That's not very Wahali of you.
You gotta apologize.
G7.
You gotta apologize.
It's over.
You gotta apologize. Yeah, don't do that shit anymore, though. Yeah. Certain lines.
Huh?
There's just certain lines.
Yeah.
That's one of them. For sure.
He's too forgiving. I mean, I think the problem is it's two parts. It's like he has a financial imperative here that makes it so that he can't just like fucking beat the shit out of like random influencers that come into his fucking space. He wants it to be like a place that is at least habitable, and also like open to content creators. But yeah, the reason why I showed this to you is because this is literally just like a child, okay? A child. This is childish. Like, you get told to not do something, and then you try and fucking debate it. So my assessment is just like, I think these guys know what their audience is, and they clearly target it towards like 14-year-old boys, 13-year-old boys. And I feel like as things keep going, in the direction that it's going, where we're just like devolving, right? I feel as though we are going to devolve into a situation where like people are just like talking about fucking nap time and how girls have cooties, and you know, mom made you want to fucking eat broccoli, and that's fucked up. You don't have to take that. You know, 5-year-olds. Content specifically catered towards 5-year-olds. Also, anyway, the Republican Party has seen an increase in voter registration following Taylor Swift urging fans to register, by the way. This is pretty funny. I do love that. I do find that very funny. I'm sorry, don't get mad at me, but pretty hilarious stuff there. When racist cops realized they've been arrested, there was nap time dialectics. As you said, people grew out of Twitch after COVID. The public is now younger. I hear Taylor one more time and I explode. What does that mean? I show speed versus Caleb Presley. Oh yeah, this is funny.
Your fans are peeping toms?
What do you mean?
They sit outside your house and watch you.
What do you... What?
How many of your fans are peeping toms, and how many of your fans are peeping moms?
It's wild that this is so hyper branded with Raising Cane shit. That's crazy.
If you know what I'm saying.
What do you mean? They're not peeping. What are you saying?
You like cougars?
This is not really what I aim for. You know what I mean?
You like lions?
Like, what kind of girl is that?
Oh, it's not a girl.
Shit. Fuck. God damn, sorry.
In the NBA, it helps if you're tall. In sumo wrestling, it helps if you're Asian.
All right. No,
it's not true.
You're fat.
In streaming, does it help to be a virgin?
No. Why do you have to be a... No. So you're saying all virgins are streamers?
No. I'm saying, does it help?
Yes, it does help.
It does.
Why is that?
Because, you know, you're horny, you know, and like you're fiending something.
Clooney Balls is horny.
Yeah, you're horny? Yeah, of course.
He has a boner right now.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a boner.
He was watching a kid stream and he got punched in the face. Was it because he was in the bathroom?
What are you talking about? You're just saying, spouting shit.
If you don't want to answer, we can move on.
Damn, this guy's good.